think I'd try this a new way. Gonna show you the tricks that I know. Getting tired of talking, and I need more of a show right now. I won't stop like the others, I will stay. 'Cause now is the right time, and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing the game like I know I can win right now. It's a fun one, got me into tonight. What's loving you is that I'm walking a tightrope so high. I won't be turning around, I won't be turning around. It's the right time, feeling alright. I'm playing the game like I won't win tonight.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Her Game, Her Rules, the talk show that combines two of the best things in the world, women and sports. I'm Krystle Connor.
And I'm Payton Thomas. Thank you all for joining us today and every Sunday right here on RebelSportsNet. And guess what? It's spring break.
Spring break! Hallelujah, spring break has arrived and let me tell you, I am ready, more than ready for a break. What about you, Payton?
Oh, I'm born ready.
Right?
Born.
It's been a crazy semester so far, folks, and I think it's definitely going to get crazier. So make sure you get some rest and some relaxation.
Yes.
But for today, we've got to get our strength up so we can do this show for you. So why don't we tell you what's happening today to get your spring break started?
Yes, we will have a few of my dearest friends who also just happen to be pro volleyball players for Love Madison Volleyball and AU Pro Volleyball as well, and Indy Ignite, Indiana's first pro volleyball team.
Wow, that's amazing.
They're pretty cool.
And the rest of the show will be dedicated to women's sports only. Tea time.
Yes, we have Enrique from the Dallas Wings getting into a little scuffle, but it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. As well as some WNBA drama that is still unfolding. Will it ever end? USA Hockey reaching a milestone.
Yes, but don't forget about Jay Jones.
Oh.
Let's get into it.
Y'all know what time it is. It's tea time. Hi, guys, and welcome back to Tea Time Spring Break Edition, where we spill the hottest tea in women's sports. Guys, what do we have for us?
Okay, so Jay Jones, she delivers the knockout punch of the year against Egypt Chris inside only 2 rounds of MF duel. Whoa, that was
2 rounds.
2 rounds?
only 2.
See, I be telling y'all, I swear, one of these days, I want to get coached because if I could, I feel like I would be feeling so much safer as a woman walking the streets if I knew that I could just punch somebody real quick and they could just be knocked out.
You know what? I understand that. That honestly, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I also really appreciate that it wasn't like this long, drawn-out thing. It's like 1, 2, punch out, right?
Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly. It felt
So
so
make her learn
natural.
some things.
It felt
from
actually
that.
natural.
point.
You know what? I agree with that. In other news, Chelsea Gray did win MVP in Unrivaled in the Unrivaled series. Yes,
Love
she
her.
averaged 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists, which is genuinely amazing stats.
It is.
Oh,
her,
yeah.
Her stats are always great, even while she's playing in season with the Aces. But just seeing her carry that through even into Unrivaled, that's passion right there. That's somebody who is dedicated to her craft.
She's a dog.
She really is.
She
really is.
I love Unrivaled, especially because, Unrivaled, so you know that...
Yeah, tell us what Unrivaled is.
Okay, so Unrivaled is basically another league that was made by 2 WNBA players, actually. You know Nafisha Coiler? Remember when everybody was kind of going at her? Well, not going at her. She was talking about the commissioner for the WNBA because she was like, we need to get our revenue, right?
Yeah.
Mind you, she is one of the founders of Unrivaled, who now has already generated $45 million of revenue with them only being here for 2 years. Wow. You're telling me they can't pay the players?
Whoa.
That's why I feel like she's so passionate, because if she's able to do it, why the heck are you guys not realizing that she's a businesswoman? She's smart. They're not going to settle. But also, too, Enrique was, celebrating her Unrivaled success, and she may or may not have punched a security guard.
Oh. Dang, Enrique. Listen, you know what? I'm here for it. You know why? Because A, we need to defend ourselves as women, okay? Because we don't know. We don't know what happened.
Exactly.
But also,
it's alleged.
we do need we need some drama in the WNBA. I'll be honest. It's entertaining. It's drama. It's necessary for the sport. We need the fans to, be engaged.
Exactly.
So.
Look at Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. That whole drama that was drawn out for, at this point, no reason.
But no,
but it brought in. But it brought in a bunch of followers. It brought in a bunch of viewership because of that drama.
It did.
One person had to be the good guy. One person had to be the bad guy. That's how drama works.
I feel like the drama, it should exist, but there's also certain levels, though, right?
Agreed.
So I feel like the thing with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese it was a lot of Caitlin Clark's fans and less of the players. So it's not even that the players are having this drama, it's everybody else having those issues. I love Caitlin Clark, but her fans are a little racist too.
It's built, it's kind of built in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I kind of had a problem with is they weren't just having a fun rivalry.
Yeah.
It was racism. And that's what I
remember when
agree
Shaq
with.
had to come and defend
Exactly.
from that one. It was like a monkey meme, right?
Yeah.
Which has been a little consistent recently, if nobody's noticed, with, black players.
Get a new tag, bro.
Get a new tag,
Yeah.
But definitely I'd say that at the end of the day, it does bring in viewership. Though it is negative in that sense, obviously with racism, that is not something that we want to promote. But it brings viewership. That's what the tag is.
And that's all I care about.
It sucks. It's terrible because let's be real, racism has no place in the WNBA and the NBA and any sports really.
Yeah.
But it's there.
It
and
brings
they play
viewership, but it doesn't bring the kind of viewership that we want.
No,
that's the thing. It's not the viewership that we want. I feel like the W has always stayed clean. They had a little rough and tussle because we are women, but at the end of the day, there's clean fun and there's clean tussle, and then there's just a line where it's like, don't do that. There's a line that you shouldn't cross in human decency.
I think that's what we mean. That's what we mean when we say the fans and the players. The players are just working.
Because Angel and Caitlin both have said individually that they have no real beef. Let's be real.
They literally don't.
They have no real beef.
They literally are chill.
They like each other, actually. They think they're great players.
Why wouldn't they?
USA team is looking good for the W too. The WNBA players are playing for USA. That team is looking stacked to the max.
And I got Paige, Angel. Yes. Are you kidding me?
No, and Caitlin's on it this year.
And Caitlin's too?
This is her debut.
Oh, yeah, she's back.
This is her debut. This is her debut. She hasn't played for USA yet.
Yeah, because Angel's debut, right?
Yeah, Angel's there
as long as she can stay uninjured.
Angel, Paige, and Caitlin, bro, that makes me think about the NCAA era a couple years ago when it was, I loved that era. And I feel like that's the era of sports actually for women in basketball. It's what made them get put more on the map.
Agreed.
Was when those three were still in college playing against each other. LSU, you had Iowa, you had UConn.
The iconic UConn.
Yes, UConnic.
UConnic.
Yes, I love UConnic.
Okay, so I think you both sent in a story about Amanda Levens. Something about her breaking a record, 126 games.
Yes.
And I guess it was actually a school record. So
Yes. So she capped her Nevada career with an overall record of 126 to 153, which that's great. That's amazing. That's an amazing. Her 126 wins.
Yeah.
In her school record.
If you guys don't know, she was the coach for UNR. Just so you guys know, she was the coach for UNR. That is UNLV's rival. So it's just interesting,
It's
so I'm not too mad about that because she was doing good. So.
I don't know who they're gonna replace with that. That's gonna be very interesting to see. I'm very excited to see in the next couple months who they decide to replace her with. Because let's be real, that's a great record to end out with. It is. So I was genuinely shocked when I saw it.
No, I want to know the reasoning. Like I want to know what was deeper.
What do you mean?
Like beyond the court, why did she get fired if she was having such a good record?
Because let's be real here, her record's not bad. Yeah. So it's not that she was a bad coach.
Exactly.
So what?
Because most coaches get fired when they aren't doing well.
Back to the pros. The WNBA CBA talks dragged late into the third night of negotiations, and there's still been no deal. Let's discuss this.
There's been like 7 different things offered actually that they have not taken.
Yeah, there's actually been like 9.
Yeah.
Like 9.
Yeah, right.
So what do you guys think? Do you really think that the women should forego the season for their money? Or do you think that the women should, take what they can get, which I think they're offering about like 1 something million to everybody, which let's just talk about the men for a second. Have you seen these contracts? Right.
It's shared amongst the league.
Exactly. So it's not really
like individually.
They're each getting like $500K.
No, let's talk about this.
Okay.
Y'all know I'm passionate about the WNBA.
Same.
So this is the thing. So when I was speaking to Marquis Freeman, right? She was the Aces sideline reporter. I was speaking with her, and she was telling me how they're not just fighting for higher pay, they're fighting for revenue share. Yeah. They are making money with their names and not giving them any piece of it, right? But then also, too, they're also fighting for facilities. most of these teams don't even have an actual facility to practice in. Imagine going to your rec center to go play a game of basketball and you see Chelsea Gray right next to you. You're like, what?
No, I mean, wait.
What?
Wait. So you're saying that like they don't have a place of their own to practice, to work out, make it happen.
Chicago Sky is just getting one built right now, actually.
So what's up with that?
The Aces have barely got one too.
Yeah, the Aces barely got one.
So what we're saying is that
I don't think Dallas has one yet. They're still trying to build it. Like,
so we're basically saying that WNBA need their own arenas. We need our own place to be women athletes, right? Like it shouldn't, I mean,
because they're famous.
The arena part shouldn't matter.
That's the thing. So imagine you need to have security at these places. You have to book times. Like you can't even go to your own gym just to go play.
Yeah, like that's
the
crazy.
public.
Well, you don't have a gym.
Exactly.
That part.
The public is just there. Imagine you trying to come up with a play.
Right.
Like imagine the Mystics are trying to play
over there, you know,
and they're not necessarily paying them enough that they can build these courts in their own homes and not have to worry about that kind of stuff, right? So
I definitely feel like it's
passionate.
I know I've grown. I get it. It's essential that women are not only protected while they play sports, but also just have the decency to just be able to be athletes in their own space.
Yeah,
and it's for healthcare.
It's for healthcare too. And the fact that the 1.6 would be split between everybody, that's nothing by the time you get to the last individual
They're so focused on expanding the league. How about help the players that are in the league so then they can expand and actually be an actual league?
And then you lift each other up. That's how you build from the ground up. You need a foundation and then you build up. If the foundation's shaky, it's bound to break. That's always
so. Not only do we need to be protected, but we need to be respected, and that's
I like
on
that.
top
Protected
of
and
the
respected.
other. Boom.
I like that. I really like that. You know, and honestly, what do I say? It's her game, her rules, her way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you know what? And that's the end of our tea time segment. And the tea has been spilled.
Yes. Okay, guys, I know that tea time was piping hot, but we're going to move on to my interview with a few of my dearest friends, Cameron Hanna and Temi Thomas Elara, because they are your favorite pro volleyball players. Now, let's go see what I had them do. We did play a little game, of course. Y'all know I love to play games with people. So let's get to it. Hi, TT. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi, Payton.
Hi. Cam, where you at?
I'm here.
Yay! Okay, guys, as you see, this is Cameron Hanna and TT. I say TT because, fun fact, I'm going to do a little throwback for you guys right now. I did used to play volleyball, but, you know, these are the ones who went pro, okay? But I played club with Cam and I played high school with Temi. So if you hear me say different things, it's just because we kind of grew up a little bit together. So just a little throwback. So that kind of leads me into my first question. Who is your guys' funniest teammate ever? Yeah.
I think I would say either I'd have to say Mia Tuaniga. She's hilarious and she's my roommate, so she could probably hear me saying this, but yeah.
Period. TT, what about you?
I'm gonna have to say Marina Hayden. She's been my teammate for the past 2 years in Madison, and she's literally so funny. Like, makes me laugh every day in practice and like every trip.
Aw, you guys are so cute. Okay, my next thing is, since you guys are pro volleyball players now, is it a little different between like your practices versus coming from top Division I schools versus being pro? Like, what's the difference?
We have a lot more free time. Like in college, you definitely have to balance a little more school and volleyball, where when you're a pro, obviously your main job is volleyball, and then you kind of get to do whatever you want outside. And I would also say, like, we're in the gym a lot less, but I think you're working harder while you're there. Like, we do a lot of more just like quick drills that you really have to like lock in for, and then once you're done for the day, you're done for the day, which is nice too.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think I'd add on to that and say that we have a lot more care for our bodies now than we did when we were in college. Like the back-to-back practices and like 3 hours of going hard, like we never do that anymore. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours of like skill work, what you need to do for yourself, and then you get out of there. Like it's very focused and very minimal effort sometimes.
Okay. I want you guys to tell us what got you into the sport, because I know both of you started out at younger ages, but everybody has a different story of how they got to it. For some people, it may be just because of school, or it could just be a friend told you guys. What got you guys actually starting to play volleyball, and when did you have that realization, like, wait, I'm actually good? I can actually go pro. I can go D1. Like, I want to know the realization, and I would love to know when you guys started.
My mom played volleyball since she was in high school, so that's kind of what got me started. I was just kind of hitting the ball around when she went to her intramural games, and so, I mean, going with her to all of those, I kind of got used to touching the ball, and then I got on a team of my own and kind of ran with it. And then I would say probably junior year of high school, I knew that I really wanted to go as far as I could with volleyball. So from that point on, I just kind of focused in, and my whole life was about volleyball. Like, that was just what I loved to do.
I would say for me, I started, one of my mom's like coworkers was like, oh, your daughter's tall, like she should try volleyball. So I started in like this outdoor rec league, and then I really liked it. So then I started playing club when I was like 10 or 11. And then I knew I was like good at volleyball when I started getting recruited, which was like freshman or sophomore year of high school. And then I didn't know I wanted to play professional volleyball, or like even that was an option, basically until like my freshman or sophomore year of college. So that's when I kind of was like, okay, this is what I want to do, at least for a little bit after I graduate.
Okay. So I do know that at one point in time, there wasn't pro volleyball in the States. It was always you had to go overseas. I want to know, what was that reaction like when pro volleyball got brought here and got bigger also?
I obviously going overseas, I've never done it, and I don't think Cam has either. But I've heard girls, and they're just like, it's hard. You're away from family. You're an 8-hour flight away. There's the time change. Like, you can't really go back even for the holidays, so it can get pretty lonely. There's like the language barrier in some places too. So just having the opportunity to play here has been awesome. Being able to have my family and friends still come see me play at such an amazing level has also been super cool. And also just meeting all of the other like Americans who you may not have met overseas that are playing, who are like mentors to me because they played overseas and now they're playing here. And I've learned so much from them, which has been awesome too.
I love that. Chamomile.
Yeah, I would say just getting the opportunity to play in front of like our American fans is also a big deal too, because like, I mean, we didn't grow up getting able to watch pro volleyball here in the States. Like, we went to watch college volleyball and that's all we knew about. And then everything we heard about pro volleyball was like Temmie said, it was just kind of all bad things, and like the language barrier, and like they don't treat you right, you don't get paid on time. So like being here in the States, it just makes the transition from college to pro so much easier, and you have mentors who like have been through a lot but are also willing to like help you through things, and there is no language barrier, and they're willing to like be your friend, and it's just a cohesive environment.
That's nice. I didn't even know that they had those issues going overseas. Like, I didn't even know those issues were a thing. That's very interesting. Because I know when I was younger, I would look at people overseas and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. But I didn't know if I wanted to go overseas. But I wasn't ever going to go. Y'all know that. Y'all see me play. But the next thing I want to do with both of you guys is I want us to play a little game, okay? We got some of the questions out the way. But, guys, it's time to put these people in a rapid fire round, okay? So I have a few questions on my handy dandy iPhone, okay? So it's gonna be rapid fire. So basically it's this or that. I'm gonna name a few different things. It's gonna be volleyball related, of course, but it's gonna be this or that. Are you guys both ready? You guys can say it at the same time, just so you guys know. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beach or indoor?
Indoor.
Morning practice or night games?
Ooh, night game.
Night games.
Loud crowd or silent crowd?
Loud crowd.
Oh.
Would you prefer a tip to basically score a tip, or off a swing?
Swing.
Gold medal or undefeated season?
Gold medal.
Gold medal, for sure.
I don't think it matters how you get there.
That's very true. That's very true. Okay. We're going to have one more game where you guys finish the sentence, okay? Are you guys ready? Okay. You know it's game day when?
The music is blasting at 8 a.m.
Okay.
You walk into the locker room and the speaker's on.
Okay, ready? The one teammate you never want to make mad is? You guys could do your current team right now to make it easier too, if that makes it easier.
Lekator.
Anika.
Okay. So, I already know my answer to this one. I'm gonna answer this with y'all, just cause okay, volleyball players secretly hate when fans do what?
I don't like the whistling.
The whistling?
That bothers me.
Like the one where they do like their mouth and they do like their shoo shoo.
Yes,
that one?
the like high pitched whistling.
Ooh. I used to have a harmonica.
I feel like.
I used to be on the court with the harmonica. You remember that? You remember my little harmonica? If you guys don't know, I used to have a necklace that had a harmonica on it.
That like your team is baking and you're at home.
Exactly. Okay. So, the real reason volleyball is harder than people think is why. Because people just say it's just an extreme version and don't let the balloon touch the floor. But let me know what you guys think. The real reason volleyball is harder than people think is.
I feel like volleyball is very meticulous, and you wouldn't think that until you play it at a high level, because like playing it at a just like recreational level, you don't get that in depth.
It's one of like the most team sports. Like you can't do it all alone, obviously. Like someone has to touch the ball, then someone else has to touch the ball, and then you can touch the ball again. So like every person kind of has to like be ready to make a play, because you never know who the ball is going to go to. Obviously, the setter, you want them to take the second ball, but you never know who the ball is going to go to. So it's like a true team sport.
Okay, my last thing is, you guys saw a couple years ago when they were changing the rules, right? When it comes to a double. Do you guys want to explain to them what a double is, and then about the rule change that I wasn't sure if it happened or if they were just discussing it when it comes to that? One of you guys want to explain it?
Yeah, I can. Okay, so the rule change was that before this, a setter or any contact where the ball like touched your hands twice. I don't really know how to describe that, but like the ball has to come out of your hands clean and both hands have to touch the ball at the same time. But now the rule is that you can double, but the ball has to stay on your side of the net. And they did change it for all levels, I believe, because I know college does it. We do it. Men, I don't even think men have that rule, but yeah.
They don't have that rule?
And I would say, because I was a setter, I can see why setters are upset with the rule, because you train for so long to not do that. So it kind of takes away a lot of their training. But for the rest of us, I don't really think it matters that much.
No, I was mad when I saw that rule, because then I felt like I could have been a setter back in the day then. Like, I probably could have went somewhere if I was a setter, because y'all know I used to be, I was tired over there, okay? Going back and forth, I was over it. But a setter, you do have to move too. But I just feel like I would have been better. Like, ooh. There was one game I got to play a setter. Y'all remember Coach Ryan? Yeah. Coach Ryan, what do you call it? He let me be setter one game because we played a game against a bad team. TT, I don't know if you remember this game, but I got to play setter. Or did you graduate? I think you might have been graduated, Timmy. Okay, guys. Thank you guys so much for zooming in with me. I appreciate it so much. Thank you all for joining us on this spring break edition of Her Game, Her Rules. Don't forget to join us here every Sunday for a brand new episode.
Yes, since Sunday has become the new day to showcase women's sports around the world, we decided to follow suit. So subscribe to RebelSportsNet on YouTube and stay tuned for more.
Yes, and until then, I'm Payton Thomas.
And I'm Krystle Connor. Have a great spring break.
Bye.
Think I'll try this a new way. I'm gonna show you the tricks that